Fortunately, it's that time of the year, isn't it, where basically I can just get free clicks and free content by using the word Pickem, which I fucking hate. I am going to say Pickems are bad, and Pickems are one of the worst things that have ever happened if you're broadcast talent, because unfortunately, educationally subnormal people, esports fans as they're known, online esports fans, they think Pickems matter. They think it means that you don't understand the game if you can't accurately get a diamond, platinum, whatever fucking the big coin is called every year. And of course, it's stupid because you're making blind picks. You don't know the maps, you don't know the matchups. All you are making a determination is roughly, without any context, this team might be better than that team. It's the most surface level analysis you can possibly do. Anyone who takes it seriously is a retard, and that's kind of where I stand on it. Now, with that said, why don't we do my Pickems so I can make a YouTube video out of it? Here we are. Look, we're already here. I will say this as well. These are the worst games imaginable. Some of these teams just make me violently ill to think about having to get up to, watch these. So, as I said, I'm super glad it's in NA, because at least I'll be in the afternoon and I won't be doing anything anyway, so I may as well throw the fucking first week of the major on. I mean, first, we can talk about the overall design of the Blast.tv Austin thing that they're doing, and that is that I really like that they've gone for something a little bit different with the look and the feel, and something a little bit unique to Texas. Although I will add, this logo looks very suspiciously like the Houston Outlaws, or whatever they were called, essentially Optic Gaming's Overwatch team. But I like the color, and it's got that kind of cowboy feel and stuff. So yeah, I definitely fuck with it. At least they put some effort into it this time around. It was just like a little bit fucking different. We'll start with the 3 zeros. So I like Complexity as a 3-0, I think is pretty straightforward. Complexity have had something of a glow up and a blow up of late, even though their Melbourne campaign wasn't particularly great. So, this is why I feel Complexity are good for 3-0. If you look at their recent matches again, we'll ignore Melbourne, but let's think about the caliber of opposition they're likely to play here. You can see they had that good run at PGL Bucharest, which obviously I was on site to witness. They had the very good 2-0 over Falcons, although that is the pre-Munisy Falcons, and the Falcons that ultimately went to that tournament with a bit of a weird cloud over it. And then obviously ended up winning it. You can see they beat Furia. They took a map off G2. That was the last of the Munisy era G2. They beat FaZe. They beat Aurora before losing to G2 and FaZe and finishing 4th overall. Pretty good run in their qualifier, obviously in the region that they're in. You can see, they're not going to struggle against the Blue Jays. They're not going to struggle against getting info. This is going to be relatively easy and straightforward. And then ultimately at Melbourne, it was a bit of a mixed bag. They had to play the Mongols. They took a map. I think that's respectable. They probably shouldn't be beating the Mongols. Then obviously easy win over Pain. And they took a map off Gamer Legion and then lost to Gamer Legion. I think Gamer Legion overall are a better team than Complexity. So that doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. And I think taking maps are respectable. Keep in mind for the format, how it's going to work. Now, the only big talking point here is, can they still get 3-0 without Halzerk? And so, for me, I think they can still do it, but it's also a little bit tricky and a little bit crafty to put them in the 3-0, because ultimately, as you know, it's harder to predict the 3-0s and the 0-3s than it is just for the ones that are going to go through. And so, ultimately, I'd rather have more secure picks in that big bundle than for anybody else. And yeah, Halzerk is out for sure. I don't know if they've even announced who's going to be his replacement, but he certainly doesn't have the visa. It was for those that didn't get it in the news and are casuals. Ultimately, yeah, Junior, that's correct. They're bringing Junior back, which Junior is terrible, but whatever. I mean, it just is what it is. Halzerk basically apparently has had a long ongoing visa application. I don't necessarily buy it. I don't know if I buy the official story. No disrespect to Complexity, Jason, or Graham. but he's had issues before when they've had American events, and apparently they've been applying for a year, and he just hasn't been able to get to the embassy because they're always traveling and have his appointments. I don't know. I don't fucking buy it at all. But whatever. It is what it is. Obviously, you don't have to say why somebody can't get a visa, and you might not know yourself. But it does look to me that like maybe if they're at events in America, Holzer just might be, unable to attend moving forward. So whatever, but I still think they can 3-0 against this caliber of opposition, even without Holzerk and even with Junior. They should have enough gas in the tank, so to speak, to ultimately get through 3-0 or close to it. Then, obviously, the other one that we're picking is Heroic. I think this is a no-brainer. I don't think Heroic should lose to anybody at this stage. I think they're probably the best team overall, taking into account complexity using a stand-in. But again, we can look at the recent form. They've been absolutely grinding down in that like tier 2, and again, they've pretty much beat everyone already that are in this qualifier, this first week of the major. You can see they beat Bait. They've played Bait and beat Bait. They've beat Wildcard. They've beat Bet Boom. They've beat the Chinggis Warriors of the world at their Misa Jar Jar Binks Nomadic Masters Spring 2025. And so when they've played better opposition, like again, this was what just happened at Dallas. Win over Aurora and a win over FaZe and a map off Falcons, all legit stuff. They're certainly one of the better teams down at that lower end. So for me, I think putting them through 3-0 is just standard. I think almost everyone will have them as their 3-0, as you can see here. And so let's look at the 0-3s. Well, as I did my stream yesterday, where I was talking about Bestia and how the community sympathy for Bestia has essentially been pissed all away because Bestia are acting like fucking arseholes. There's just no getting around that. Like, I understand your frustration, but to hijack the entire CS community because your organization fucked up paperwork, that's not going to fly with me. And so it's great that Legacy are here, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I think it makes it more hilarious that Legacy are going to take Bestia's dream and then not win a single game. They lost the final pretty heavily to Bestia. They're not really in the same... I mean, they said, obviously, Dumao, if we played that game another 9 times, we'd win 9 times, but it's just, like, not true. Obviously, you have to say that. It's your team, but the reality is probably if you played that game 10 times, you'd probably lose 5 or 6 times. That's probably the reality of where Legacy are. Dust in the chat is going like, Legacy, everyone's sleeping on Legacy. Dust's just trying to be a hipster. He does this sometimes. He'll get like an idea in his head and then he'll just reverse engineer all the information in the space-time continuum to try and make it stand up. There's no way Legacy are going to go through to the next round, and certainly they're a strong contender for 0-3, given that they shouldn't be there in the first place. Fluxo suck, I agree with that, but, I think Legacy are probably just going to lose to the many better teams that are here, and so not really a surprise there. The Chinggis Warriors, everyone's favourite. They should be another pretty solid pick, I think, to go 0-3. Why would I say that? Well, first of all, they're like the third, up until the Atox situation. I want to say you could make an argument they were only the third best team in Mongolia. Like, maybe second, if you go back and forth with the Atox thing. Atox have all been banned for match fixing, of course. So that's just dead now, of course. And if you look at here, what they've been doing, this is the Chinggis Warriors page. As we've already talked about, they've had like some okay results. I think like beating Rare Atom is decent. I think beating Saw, even though it's Saw that's been strip mined of all of its talent, is decent. But for the most part, they are beating either bums or losing to better teams. You can see here like Tyloo and Heroic and Bait. I just don't think they can get through this particular phase of the tournament, and I think they're one of the worst teams there. Even though, again, like I think they've got a couple of players that might it might be better than people, give them credit for. Like that Kulast or whatever his name is. He seems to be like pretty good. They just recently picked him up. So, they might have a surprise in him. They might have a scalp in him. But I think that's pretty solid overall. Then we get into the fodder. I don't want to pick wild cards to go through, but every time I have underestimated wild cards, they've done better than I thought. I mean, at the major, I think it was in the Shanghai major we did in the studio event, I had Fnatic going through ahead of them and Fnatic beating them in the head-to-head. And that game was super narrow. And in the end, obviously, they won that and did go through. So they've got a decent team. And I didn't like what they did with the whole trying to game the system with the Stubby 2K thing and pretending that was like a thing that they had to do. So whatever, put it this way, if I'm going to criticize drillers, I'm going to definitely criticize a real esports organization for doing shit like that. Anything that affects the fabric of the scene. But ultimately, I think Wildcard will probably get through. Similar reasons, as you can see here. They've had some pretty, interesting games. You can see, obviously, as well, this result here is probably the entire foundation of Dust's argument about Legacy, because Legacy 2-0'd them, and it was just another one of those like really dog shit performances from Wildcard. I mean, I could see them 3-2, but they've had some okay results. They're definitely one of the better teams in NA, and ultimately, I think they should just have enough to get through the next one. Bet Boom, or Team BB, as they'll no doubt be called for the entirety of the major, because we're fucking children in this industry. We can look at these guys. I think they should be way better than they are. I've never understood why this team just doesn't do better. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I look at that lineup, and I think, you've got Boomich. Sure, it's skinny Boomich. You've got Exile. I really liked Siren when he came through Team Spirit. Magnanez, or Manyanez, or however the fuck you pronounce it. I think he's a decent player. You look overall, commensurate to the level they're playing at, this looks like a decent team. And yet, whenever they play theoretically better lineups, or sometimes even equivalent lineups, they just lose. Like, this is like, they grind as well. It's like, this is the Yala Compass. These are all best of ones. They get into a best of 3 against Ents, they lose. Here they are, beating Wildcard, beating Imperial, but they lose to Bait and they lose to Heroic. They lost to a fucking team called Ruby. Don't even know who the fuck they are. They lost to Ecstatic twice. That's not the the good Ecstatic lineup got blown to smithereens, didn't it? So it's like, well, But again, they probably should just have enough to get through. Bait are another one that like always impress me whenever I watch them, and it's just a case of whenever they play better teams, theoretically better teams, they're not supposed to win, right? But when they play equivalent, they actually do generally come out on top. They've had a real good run lately. I mean, like, they are probably the form team in Tier 2. And I'm very happy. Like, people don't know this, I don't think. So I want to just tell this story because people don't understand the significance of the logo. If you look at it, it's Pudge's hook. It's Pudge's hook from Dota, because the organization was founded by Dendy, the OG Pudge master. And so it's Pudge's hook. And I really fuck with the branding. Obviously, I love Dendy. He's a fucking legend. The fact that he's running an esports org is super fucking cool. They've got a wicked team, like definitely some promising players. And as I said, do you remember what Monty used to be like? Monty were basically the gatekeepers at Tier 2. If you could beat Monty, you could go to Tier 1. And Monty were kind of like in that weird limbo of we're too good for Tier 2, but we're not consistent enough for Tier 1. And so Bait are kind of the new Monty in that respect. And so if you look here, like, these results are so fucking legit. Second at the CCT Global Finals, which was won by Heroic. They beat Heroic en route to that, beat Bet Boom. That's fucking legit. Top 3 here in the Misa Nomadic Spring Masters. They lost to Big twice, which, you know, on another day, they can definitely beat the likes of Big. But, you know, they had their 3rd, 4th place playoff, beat Chinggis Warriors, and then they were top in the ESL Challenger League, and they beat Sinners, and they beat Zero Tenacity, and they had a really fucking good match against Paravision. That's Paravision, guys. That's that lineup with Jame and Kickit, Belchanok, and they beat them in a best of 5. So Bait are probably they were like my other pick for 3-0. I still might swap them out for Complexity. I still might before we get going. But they would be my other pick for 3-0. But I think it's safer to have them in the 3-1s, 3-2s. But they absolutely should be going through. Next, Tyloo. I think when you look at Tyloo, I believed Rare Atom was probably the best team in China, but I've revised that opinion now. They've lost to Tyloo a number of times, and Rare Atom have lost to lesser teams a number of times. I love watching Rare Atom. I love the way they play Counter-Strike. I think they're very exciting, but I've let that get me carried away with their ability to actually win, and you'll see, you know, that ultimately I've got Tyloo as the Chinese team. I don't know if any of the others can really do it. I don't know if Rare Atom can do it. Tyloo, they've got a pretty good fucking team right now, and I've got to say they are dominant in China and pretty dominant in their region. Sorry, by the way, I said Rare Atom, I meant Lin Vision. My bad. It's Lin Vision that are down there, not Rare Atom. They've had like some running battles in that region, if you look. And you can see here, it's like pretty, I mean, they are pretty fucking dominant. They've lost to Lin Vision a couple of times. No shame in that relative to the region. But of late, they've been in really, really red-hot form. They beat, obviously, we don't need to think too much about the Chengdu Pro League, but this was the Asian Championships. They beat Rare Atom, beat FlyQuest twice, beat Lin Vision, only dropped 1 map across all of those series, beat Rare Atom again in the Pro League at Chengdu, finished top. You go a little bit further back, you can see here in the ESL Challenger League, they finished second behind Lin Vision. So I think ultimately Tyloo were another safe pick to go through, because realistically, when you look at the caliber of team that are there, if they get the right picks, if they get the right opponents, they should be beating most of the guys. Now, I did think a little bit about maybe OG going in, but I opted against it. I don't think Imperial can do it. I think they're pretty bad. I don't think NRG can do it. I think they're pretty bad. Namiga, Moses' favorite team, I don't think they can realistically do it. So in the end, it was kind of a toss-up, OG and Tyloo, and I went with Tyloo. I think Tyloo should get through to the next stage. I hope they do. It's always good for the tournament when you have Chinese teams progressing through to the playoffs. FlyQuest we'll talk about as well. I think FlyQuest fucking suck. I'm not picking them out of any kind of, you know, I don't think they're good. I don't think they're a sleeper team. I think they fucking suck. I really think they suck. I don't think they're certainly gonna go through narrowly, I would imagine. They're also one of those teams. They could go 2-0, get to the best of 3s, and then go 2-3, as they've done. But I think since they've signed Regali, I think that's been a big move for them. I think that's definitely been a positive move in the right direction. They should just have enough to get through. I really rate Regali. I think pretty much ever since he came through Fnatic Academy, he's been one of those guys who's just been super unlucky in the fact that he hasn't been in the lineup, so had enough playtime to really have the blow up. But FlyQuest, yeah, I mean, listen, having them as an 0-3, I don't hate it, guys. That's the kind of team you're dealing with here. You know, they're another team that whenever I underestimate them, they do well. Whenever I start to believe, they do terrible. But I think if you look at the matches, you can kind of see where they're at. They have like almost no chance against better teams, better lineups. But there was like flickers of life in Melbourne beating Virtus Pro. I mean, Virtus Pro just fucking suck, and Electronic is a bad IGL, and they need to like switch that up. But and Virtus Pro play dog shit CS. I mean, they have been the worst team in Tier 1 CS to watch probably since Rio. So since 2022. That's really something. And taking a map off a dysfunctional Na'Vi, but ultimately losing, maybe these are things to crow about. In their region, you can see they're kind of just behind Tyloo and probably Lin Vision. They're good enough to beat a Rare Atom, good enough to beat that abomination that is the Gigi Hao lineup. But ultimately, that's kind of where they are. And so they're another lineup I could take out. I could switch them out as well. I'm not married to that pick, but I kind of feel they probably scrape through. And then the last one is Metasport. And I think this team has been a little bit like slept on. They seem to do really, really well at the level that they operate at. Although I will add, it is very hard to gauge because the teams they are playing are bad. They are a very solid Tier 2 lineup in that sense. So they're another one that I'm not married to. Like, I could definitely switch them up. Probably Metasport and FlyQuest are the two I could definitely switch up for an OG. But overall, I think I kind of feel there should be enough. Like, I don't see Heroic dropping a game. I think they're a safe 3-0. Legacy, it should be 0-3. If they're not, Chinggis Warriors will be. And then, Bet Boom have to go through, Bait have to go through, Tyloo have to go through. So, I kind of feel safe with what I have. I could definitely switch it up. And we will see about that. But anyway, that's the week 1 of the Pickems. I feel pretty good overall, but I might switch them up. Obviously, we'll be laughing and joking about the Pickems when the No Majors Club gets around here, which obviously will be starting relatively soon. I can't believe we're only like 8 days away or something from the major. It feels like it's come around super quick. And yeah, obviously, we'll be streaming every day until Blast decide they want to stop me. If they do, let's see. We will definitely test those waters. But the No Majors Club is back. It's so back. Now, the other thing I want to do is review the stickers. I already talked about how I liked the design, the aesthetic. Obviously, one of the things we also do is we do a sticker review, don't we? This has become something of a tradition. Why? Because players are always trying to sneak absolute fucking garbage through. And so let's get into that. Of course. Oh man, Russell, why are you like this? Complaining about the bestia stuff, complaining about that they didn't use his sticker signature. It's like, yeah, those are the rules. Like, if they don't like what you submit, they use either a previous one or you get a default one. That's just how that goes. But anyway, overall, this is like the design. They look different. We've been talking about this for ages. That, you've got to switch the stickers up because people aren't buying them. It's been diminishing returns up until Paris, where Paris, because it was the last CSGO major, that made a fortune for everyone. But the majors we've had after that, Copenhagen and Shanghai, I thought Shanghai would have made a fortune. Apparently it didn't. Talking to a lot of the organizations, it was a fraction of what they made at Paris, and a lot of people think it's because, well, the stickers all look the same. I don't know. I don't know what makes skin cells tick, but I do know that having an actual design to the stickers that stands out is probably a good thing. And basically what you get with each sticker, I'll open the Vitality one just to show it to you, is you get what's called paper, which is like the parchment style of like, the old Austin thing. Then you get foil that kind of looks like a silver belt buckle. The hollow is kind of just a little outline that's holographic. And the gold is obviously the belt buckle, but not silver and bronze. It is gold and shiny. One of the things that immediately jumped out at me as a poor design choice was the gold signature on the gold background are very hard to read. And I don't know if that's something they can fix. Somebody noticed that the stickers glow in the dark. There's some that I think it's on the hollow ones. They actually glow. So we'll see. But I think basically the autographs, it's on the paper ones, I think. It's on the papers. Yeah, they glow. So you can actually see them when you inspect the weapon. But gold on gold is a bit of an oversight, and I don't know if there's a way to fix that, but we'll see. But I mean, generally, the foil and the hollow, I think, looks really good, just in terms of the coloration. Also, reminder that Valve have said for ages, players must submit sensible signatures that they can replicate in person with a Sharpie. They don't want graphic design nonsense. They don't want it to be over the top. So what I've been looking for is who has violated the rules. Who are the dickheads this time? And by the way, I don't mind if you put a smiley face in. I don't even mind if you do this thing Rops has done where he has the broken heart into, which he carried on over from the last time. I don't mind this. This is all fine. This is all, you can replicate this with a Sharpie. It's all good. Ziwu has the classic signature. Apex has the little crown and the smile. All of this is fine. Vitality are not dickheads, right? We're going to go through and we're going to rate who are the dickheads. Mouse. I mean, again, you can't really see, but the Brolin one's fine. Go through Jimmy. Yeah, this is all. The Spinks, I don't mind that there's a little man in there. That's all. This is all fine. So, Mouse, not dickheads. They're not dickheads. Let's see here. Magics. It's all right. This makes you a dickhead. This is a dickhead. You've put Chop and a hat on. That's a dickhead. We've got our first dickhead. That's ridiculous. You called Chopper. You're not called Chop. And what is the significance of the top hat? Anyone know? Oh, it's just Chop. Someone just typed, it's Chopper's hat. All right, my bad. Yeah, well, you know what you get for that.
I think he's done it! I think he did it!
That's what you get. You're getting one of them. So, all fine. What's this? What's this underneath Donk's name with the heart? Right, well, I hate to say it. I never thought I would say it on a stream. But if you're putting in managers and agents and other people on your stickers, you're a dickhead, I'm afraid. You are a dickhead. It's meant to be a signature. It's meant to be your signature. If you're putting in other people's names on your stickers to go, but look, it's a mark of respect. I'm afraid, I hate to break it to you, you're a dickhead. So it's not going to be very popular, I imagine. Donk has a lot of fans, but unfortunately, there's 2 dickheads on Spirit. And I'm assuming maybe 3. What's this? LFF. Is that the same? Or is that like looking for a friend? Yeah, you know what I mean? Looking for someone that can do interviews that aren't excruciating. That would be good. Right, the Mongols. This was controversial. This is what they tweeted out. Alongside Senzu, Techno 4K, and Mazinho stickers, you'll also find the names of Kaz, Darkus, and Mara. Kaz and Darkus founded our organisation, and Mara is our coach. All 3 were once pro players, but never had their own stickers until now. This in-game honour is for them, for giving us their dream and helping make ours possible. Right, now, this is probably what the kids will call a nice gesture, but let's just hold on to that. Mara, if I remember, didn't he qualify back in the day? I think, was it Columbus or something? I think didn't he get to a major, or like the minor stage of a major or something, but then like his... He had a visa issue. Pretty sure there was something like that happened with him back in the day when he was a player, but whatever. Anyway, you know what? Nice gesture. I'm going to say this is dickheadery, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys. Again, it's your signature. You're in the game. The other people aren't in the game. You are diminishing the significance of being in the game. You are diminishing the significance of being in the game by adding their names to yours. Valve should not have allowed this. This opens up a Pandora's box. Who else can be in the game? You know, can I rock up and put Donald Trump in the game? Can I do that now? Right? That'd be controversial, wouldn't it? I'm an American player. I'm based in Margapilled. Donald Trump's done loads for esports behind the scenes. Let's put him in. Can MBS be in? Like, where do we draw the fucking line on who gets in? It's meant to be you, your signature, and only you. That's that. That's how it's always meant to be. So when you do this, I am afraid to say, no matter how well intentioned it is, no matter, we love you, thanks for building the scene, look, you are immortalised in the game. Do you know how you get immortalised in the game? You play, you qualify, you go to the major. That's the only grounds for which you should be immortalised in the game. I will refer you back to previous arguments. None of us are immortalised in the game. The people that gave you all the legendary calls, thousands of hours of entertainment, calling all of the games, building the fucking scene for Valve so they can just harvest money from it, and we don't even get voice lines or anything like the Dota talent do. I'm not immortalised. Right, fine. So these dickheads can't be immortalised, I'm afraid. That's how it works. And as I said, you are opening a Pandora's box, and I truly hope, someone tests the Pandora's box to its limit for the Budapest Major. Somebody should literally sign their name and then just be like, love Trump underneath. And let's all see people lose their minds about that bullshit. So, unfortunately, dickheads. There are 3 dickheads on Spirit. I mean, what even is happening over here? This just is dickheadery across the board. G2, let's have a look. Snacks on the paper, that's fine. Hades, he's done it a bit chunky, fine. Hunter with an arrow going through the fucking H and the T, the N and the T. Love that, that's great. Malb's pretty boring. You know, this is, I mean, what even is that? Can't even read it. But it's not great, but it's fine. Heavy God has done a weird thing, but no dickheadery. Naturally, it's Na'Vi, so there will be dickheadery. Of course there will. Wait, did I skip Aurora? I did skip Aurora. All right, we'll come to the dickheadery. Right, here we go. This is fine. This is on the borderline. Jota is on the borderline. Wakadi is fine. Woxic's fine. Santara is fine. I declare Aurora dickhead free. You are dickhead free, Aurora. There you go, Turkish fans. Madger included his 2 kids. It's hard to see. No, I'm going to allow this. This is fine. I'm going to allow this. This is totally acceptable. Yep. The goal stands. It's not like he didn't put his kids' names in there. He just put 2 little children stick men in there. That's fine. So again, I declare Aurora to be dickhead free. Now, this is completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable, unfortunately. JL, it's not like what Wonderful's done. Wonderful doing a heart instead of an O. This is okay. Turning your signature into one giant heart balloon. No. Basically, Wonderful is on the line. This is, and fine, on the right side of the line. JL is on the wrong side of the line. I declare this dickheadery. This is dickheadery. This is fine. This is flirting. This is harassment. That's how it goes. I don't make the rules. I merely enforce them. Right? That's how it works. Now, the good news for JL fans and for JL himself is he is not even the biggest dickhead in Na'Vi. So congratulations. This is a fucking joke. This is a joke, guys. I saw you all typing in the chat. Oh, him a sticker slaps. It's a crown. First of all, what's he done to earn a crown? Anyone? Having a really long line of people who want your autograph in Cluj does not a king make. He's won a major. You don't get it. That's enough to get a crown, is it? 1 major is enough to get a crown. Are these the rules? I'm not doing that. Nah, not having it. You can have a tiny little crown, like what again? Wonderful. Flirting. Making your entire name a giant fucking crown for winning 1 major? I don't think so. You're also bad. Right now, you're bad. So, I don't want to see it. You're not the king of anything right now. So, it doesn't help. Like, if you were swagging out and winning tournaments, that, I'm afraid, is dickheadery. That is dickheadery. Look, it's even got little balls on it. Little globules of gold. Nah, I'm not on board with this at all. I'm not on board with this at all. This is quite conceivably Now, spoiler, this is what we call foreshadowing. The biggest act of dickheadery in the whole, across all the stickers. So, just putting that out there. Liquid, it's all fine. I don't know what Twist's alternate was, what he was upset about, but this is all fine. Ultimate's fine, Shuei's fine, Nafs is fine. They're all fine. They're all fine. No dickheads in Team Liquid. Well done. Nafs is fine. I actually think Nafs is stylish. I like that. That's perfect. That is tasteful thickness. And you will notice he hasn't made his name a fucking crown. Right? The Tezes just reminds me of how Red Eye used to do his signature, his gamer name with the capital R, the little E, the capital D, the little E, the capital Y, the little E. And that was why, and I'm sure Jackie will tell the story again on the No Majors Club when we do all our greatest hits. That was why Red Eye was one time introduced on stage as Reedy. Joining me now, esports legend, Reedy. Classic. But TC's it's fine. Kixon, fine. Magisk, fine. Munacy, fine. Nico is really, he's dickhead edging right there. But he has had it for a long, long time. He's used that sniper thing for a while now. So we're going to allow it. It's gone up to the FA. They're going to allow it. I declare Falcons dickhead free. This is all fine. Carrigan with the star above the eye, fine. Brokey, fine. Remember, there is no simple sticker. I saw people doing this. Why doesn't simple have a How many times do we have to do this? He's going to be at the event, but when they were registered at the event, he did it. And it does look like Broxy, Chicken Brokey. Rain is the backwards guy with X's for eyes. X's in his, with a tongue hanging out, so it's like he's dead. And an X, so that's all fine. That's fine. Elige, fine. Frozen's done this with because it's an ice cube, you see, instead of the O. And again, that's fine. That's flirting. That's here. You go here, it's harassment, but you're here. But that's fine. And he had that at the last one as well. Fits his name. It's not just a needless graphical flourish. He can replicate that. We can all draw a little cube, can't we? So it's all fine. This is all fine. Fear's a dickhead free. 3D Max. They're all fine. Pretty boring, really. But boring is good. I think Mac is fine. I don't think he's edging anything. This is all acceptable. 3D Max are dickhead free. Now, Virtus Pro. Flammus really... I mean, first of all, the icy one is just dog shit. I think that's meant to be a face at the end because the Y is the mouth and the little upward triangles are eyes, right? Icy's is just dog shit. Dog shit's fine. It's your signature. Not all of them can be winners. Are you saying it's ears? Nah, why would it be ears? Are you saying Icy's a furry? I mean... that would definitely take it into the harassment / dickhead territory, unfortunately, if that were true. But I don't think it is. I see a face, and what I see goes. Flit, it's pretty whack, but fine. Fame is normal. Electronic is normal. Flammus, I just don't understand what the fuck has happened here. Like, it's an F with the... is that like a... that's a flame, right? Like, that's a flame coming off. Is that what that is? But then, what's this thing here? Like the little... oh, it's the top of a Molotov bottle? But like what? That just looks like he's inserted a little J. Like he's from Norway. Fjalmus? Hello, my name is Fjalmus. What's the fucking J there for? Jan Aga Fjalmus? Hello? I just don't understand what's going on. Yeah, that was pretty good. See? I got game with the accents. Anyone who says otherwise doesn't know. I'm a travelled man. It's just obviously there's some accents you can't do. Well, the woke mob will call you bloody racist. Bloody woke mob. Anyway, for Jalmus, and it's is that a $sign on the S as well? It's got like two little stick bits and then this. It's shit, but is it dickheadery? Wow, this might be the hardest decision I've made in my life. Why is it a musical note after the F? What's the what is significant? He's called Flammus. What's the musical significance? F major. 'Cause he's at a major. Does this make it clever or does it make it wanky? Oh, God. We need to call the High Council here. This is a fucking tough one. If he meant it to be F musical note because I'm Flammus and I'm at a major. Yeah, pull up a poll, Jace. Pull up a poll. Let's get a poll. We'll do a community vote on this one. I think it's the only... Listen, just because I was there on January 6th, storming the Capitol, I do believe in democracy still. So we will do democracy here. I, of course, did not storm the Capitol on January 6th. I want to just make that abundantly clear. Love democracy. I think we're looking at dickheadery, aren't we? The chat is stupid. Fuck democracy. Yep. I'm afraid to say, guys, this has been overwhelmingly declared an act of dickheadery, a wanton act of dickheadery. And, yep, I must rule it as such. I'm essentially the Mike Pence in this situation. And no, I will not participate in a fake elector scheme. Flammus is a dickhead. So it is ruled. So it will stand. No chat. Why are you building the scaffold? No. Please. I beg you. Also, this is someone's drawing of the explanation for Flammus. And I don't know why they've just drawn a condom, but we'll get to that. That's just a condom, guys. So you have to do a better job of drawing a Molotov bottle. But yeah, that only confirms the dickhead verdict for me. So anyway, what's going on here? Fallen skulls. What's happened here? What's happened there? What's going on with Queseratos? What's this? Is that his real name? What the fuck's going on there? It's his full name. Don't know how I feel about a full name being put in there. It is your real name, I suppose. We used to do real names back in the day. I might have to allow it on that basis. Historical precedent. But it doesn't look good. But I will declare it dickhead free. MIBR. This is all fine. Exit's got a little arrow that makes it look like he is indeed exiting something. That's fine. That's thematically strong. Lakowski, normal. That just looks like Brezhnev. But with all the Biden news, I've kind of got Brezhnev on the brain right now. Insani. It's all fine. Dickhead free. Davideus has added $1 at the end. It's in America. It's okay. Big Azira. Horseshoe. They're in Texas. It's all good. What's this on DGT sticker? Chat. Is this real? What's underneath that? Is it $3 or is it SS7? I know. Where's Nell when we need him? Why can't Nell tell me what this means? Get Nell, sticker expert there. That looks like a Z. SSJ? Yeah, if it's a Weeb reference, utter dickheadery. By the way, tournament organisers, please ban players from using anime avatars. No matter how small your tournament is, let's just get some lines drawn in the fucking sand about this shit. Let's just actually ban that. You banned Crocs, ESL, but you won't ban Weebery, remorseless Weebery. Now, you can't really see it here, but that is Snow, and he's done a snowflake instead of the O. It's pretty close. But, yep, going to allow that. But it is borderline. But we allow that. M80 already have a sick fucking logo, by the way. One of the best in the game. This is all good. It's nice. Rex is nice. Like all of this. This is all fine. No dickheads in M80. Doesn't even need to be analysed at any great length. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, Christ. Oh, heroic white. Why? What has happened here? What the fuck is that? A young star? It's a Y and a star. Come on. No. Come Too much. Too much. Also, it is a 5-pointed star. It's probably wise to avoid a 6-pointed star, given the current climate. But a 5-pointed star, that is the pentagram. That had a circle around it. So just putting that out there. Sun Pius's is a fucking mess. It's a mess. I hate it. Don't even know what that is. It just looks like a fucking butthole underneath. This is where, like, some Spanish fan will tell me, like, oh, it's a touching tribute to a dear loved one, and you've just called it a butthole. But that is a puckered butthole in my eyes. And in Kurt Vonnegut's eyes, if you've read Breakfast of Champions. So, which you should have done. So that's a fucking mess. Is it dickheadery? Young star, dickhead. Unfortunately, if I'm calling JL a dickhead, I got to call Young Star a dickhead. He's fully dickheaded out of his mind there. X-Floud. What the fuck even is that? You're just advertising the XFL, an unsuccessful American football league that died not once but twice. Don't understand what's that coming out the end for the D. Well, what is coming out the end of the D, Richard? I mean, what is that? The X is rounded. The F and the L are squared. There's a knob growing out the end of the L, and it's a knob with eyes. This is beyond dickheadery. This is like an alien came to Earth and didn't understand what the concept of a signature even is. So that's dickheadery. That's dickheadery. Tenay, I mean, I think Tenay's going to get away with it just by virtue of the fact he's on heroic with two horrendous acts of dickheadery there. The Sun Pius one, it's just bad. Bad is fine, but it's really bad. That's really, really bad. So, 2 dickheads, 2 baddies. Heroic. Genuine contenders for the worst signatures in this capsule. I almost like this. Just how not arsed the complexity players were with this. Just so not arsed. JT, that's perfect. Love that. It also looks like the pie symbol, right? Gotta love it. Grim has done a smiley face. Don't know why. But it's X's for eyes. That signifies death. Grim Reaper. I'm all right with it. Holzerk's done one of the old school classy ones. Not even going to be there, so whatever. Yeah, this is all fine. No dickheads detected. And JT's, that's like 2 thumbs up from me. That's exactly. If you need to stylize the signature and you've got a pretty shit name, like your player name JT is garbage, you've elevated it. Well done. Now, bait. Alex666 has got devil horns and a devil tail baked into his satanic signature. It's fine. We're going to allow it. Very borderline, but going to allow it. Esencial, not Spanish. Fine. What's gone on with Kenzie's here? What is happening there? Is that like his full name? Because I just don't like it for some reason. Can't put my finger on it. It's just bad. And bad is fine. We've said that. Head trick. Looks like he fucked up the A. So it's like, is it DD he's done? Like, yeah, head. Which, by the way, that would be TH in Welsh. It would be head trick. It's bad, but it's fine. Now, once again, nipple. We've had this conversation before, haven't we? Why has he put a dot in the fucking P? To make it look like a boob. You all see that, right? That is a dot quite distinctly there in the P, right? Why has he put a boob in it? The N, I can't tell what's happening with that. Because is it glasses? It like the N goes right out and then it does this like double loop thing. Can you see that? But are they balls? Or glasses? Or more boobs? I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. We all saw that lady with 3 boobs in Total Recall, and we were all like, Benny had the fucking straight fire line. You make me wish I had 3 hands. And she said, baby, you're doing just fine with 2. Obviously, we all grew up wanting that in our lives, but not in our Counter-Strike signatures. I declare this wanton dickheadery. He's done it again. There's always one every time, isn't there? Every major, there's always one guy like, hee. My name sounds a bit like a penis or a booby, and I will make it in the signature. This is dickheadery. He knows what he's doing, guys. Right. These are all fine. What's going on with Stanislaw? Why is he just called Law? Why was I not at this meeting where he's just calling himself? Yeah, but I mean, he's not the Law. Right. We got to do a lot. There's a lot going on here. First of all, the person who said I am the law, well, not just one person, but famously, it's Judge Dredd, isn't it? What's Stanislaw done in a fascist dystopia to earn the right to use that line? What's he done? I will wager as well, Stanislaw has never read any of 2000 AD. Never. Bet he doesn't know what the hot dog run is, or know anything about the Cursed Earth saga with the gang leader Scabby Hayes and the Gila Monger. You don't know about that. You're not allowed to say, I am the law. I blame Moses. Pretty sure Moses started this. And Moses hasn't read Judge Dredd either, or 2000 AD. They're Americans. It's a British comic. In many ways, we were mocking you. We were mocking your dystopia. Next up. It is still meant to be your name. You're not called Law. You didn't rebrand to Law. You're called Stanislaw. Is there something I'm missing? Like with the big L? Is it like standing? It's just the L. Yeah, it's just a big L, isn't it? Well, I'm going to have to say dickhead on this. I'm going to have to call dickhead on this. You've signed something that isn't your name. That is a reference to a phrase. You have no right to claim your own. You are not the law. You've never done anything to even be the law. He's not even known for being like a harsh person, is he? He's not even known for that. He basically is a guy who worked his way up to the top of the scene, issued an ultimatum to the organisation, and then was told very much so, you are not the law. Zeus is the law. And then his career just disappeared. So he wasn't even the law at Team Liquid when he was the IGL. He is the least law enforcement type person ever. So I've got to say dickheadery on this one, I'm afraid. Sorry. Right. You know what? I would have said, if I was going to back one organisation to just have unbelievably shit, but they've learned. They've learned, haven't they? Are we watching Australians become more mature? Can we make it through one event without a shirtless man baying into the camera, drinking flat Fosters out of his sneaker? Is it possible? We should have a major here. Why? Do you have good infrastructure and a big audience and can make everybody lots of money? No, we drink beer out of our shoe. Look. I'm good, actually, Australia. Thanks for that. Thanks for that proposal. But we'll host it somewhere else if it's all the same with you. Thanks. So, Inns, that's kind of good. I like that. It looks like he did that in one stroke of the pen. It's also a snake, it looks like, which, if you live in Australia, they got loads of snakes out there, all of them lethal. That's great. Love that. Love Inns. That's actually cool. Vexite, bit of a knobhead, but signature's fine. Netic, also fine. Regali, he's added a flourish to it. It's all fine. Liaz, is that like a magic wand? Whiskers, a kitty cat? If it's a cat, I don't like it. If it's a palm tree, it's cool. If it's a magic wand, it's cool. But if it's a cat, it sucks. But regardless, these signatures are fine and dickhead free. Well done, FlyQuest. In many ways, due to your Australian nature, you had the most to overcome to guarantee dickhead-free stickers, while patron saint of dickheadery, Dick Stacey, looked down upon you and went, do it, draw a knob, and get a knob in the game. And you went, he's entering my brain, must draw penis, but you fought it. And you did good signatures. So well done. Well done, FlyQuest. I'm very proud of you. As to be expected, Tyloo have read the assignment and put in All really respectable signatures. I would expect nothing less from a fine Chinese organisation. The G1 especially, I kind of have a soft spot for, like that. Now, Legacy. Look away, Bestia fans. Oh, how dare you have stickers. Oh, how dare you sign your name. It should be my name. Why isn't it our name? Oh, God. Why couldn't we follow the rules? Why didn't we do things properly? Injustice here. Injustice here. Let's see them. These are acceptable. Quick, somebody tag DDK. Somebody get DDK. Injustice here. Come on, Dan. Save us. We have visas now. The wrong visas. Help us. Yeah. Dickhead free. Nissim's also sort of gets extra points in a way because it really looks like he did draw it with a Sharpie. It's like got that nice little bit of scuffedness to it. Bestia could never. So, dearie dear. Oh, dear. What a mess. Right. That's Zorte, right? I mean, what the fuck is that? This is dickheadery. I don't care. Listen, I'm not getting into the whole argument about, they write different over there. Like, this is a fucking mess. It's a mess, guys. This is just unacceptable. This is a terrible, terrible sticker. You know, Boomich has done it properly. Axile, I like it. I'm going to allow that. That's all fine. I'm waiting for Nell, though. Oh, there's a squiggle under the name. It's a Z. Look at the way it touches the Austin line. Oh, God, he knows what he's doing. Z's everywhere. Oh, the Z's. Nell, of course, undefeated dickhead in all of this. Without him, though, would we have started the tradition of sticker assessment? Probably not. So, you know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's totally quit until his source at Falcons feeds him some more information about why they're the best. He'll see this clip as well and obsessively message me about it, or even leave a comment in the YouTube channel as he did. By the way, I'm putting together a You Speak Your Brains Celebrity Edition, which we'll be featuring now. Anyway, this is dickheadery. This is unbelievable dickheadery. This is like triple distilled dickheadery of the highest order. So, unacceptable. Axiles is fine. Doing it in Cyrillic, I'm gonna controverse. I'm gonna controverse. Probably not a good idea, all things considered. Listen, I'm one of those guys who is like, you know, I think we've got a bit overboard with some of this stuff, but you should just keep it to the English Roman alphabet, whatever you want to call it. Latin, yeah. You should just keep it to that. Putting Cyrillic in the current climate is cringe and shit. And even though, yes, the Russian language isn't going anywhere, no matter what happens in the next decade, yeah, you just should have just put Siren. Should have put Siren, draw a fucking mermaid or something, but no, you've done this. So, dickheadery, I'm afraid. This, what's with the 73 under his name? Makes sense, kind of, with Zorte. Why has he done a 73? He can't have been born in 73. That'd like make him fucking 10 years older than me or something. What is 73? What is the significance of 73? I don't get it. Because, by the way, if he has a bad tournament and he gets even close to a .73 rating in a series, he's fully wrecked himself with that. 73 is TE. So what, he plays tight end in the fucking NFL? What are we doing here? If people are busting that out, it's definitely not a reference to that war, is it? I don't know. It's dickheadery. Until we can identify why it's there, we have to assume dickheadery. So Zorte is off the charts. That is the biggest amount of dickheadery I think we've seen. Him and Immer, they're on fucking Dickhead Island right now. They are fucking right. George wrote his signature in the style of Lenny from Mice and Men, which is just fucking ridiculous. What the fuck is even happening there, George? Like he fucking drew it in the ground with a stick. Fine. Oh, OC. What's happened there? What even is that? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. Your name isn't Ozzy. You're not fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Also, if Nell saw that, he'd have a fucking heart attack. Not one Z, but two. Nell would be out of his mind. Why not just do the S? I can't even tell what that is. What is that? Is it lightning? Is it a lightning bolt? But why? Or C? There's just nothing there. It just doesn't work. Look at this. Looks sick, big bro. It doesn't look sick. It looks fucking terrible. It doesn't fit. You can't just take the letter S and turn it into something that doesn't look at all like the letter S and say, I have replaced the S with this other symbol because reasons. You can't do that. It doesn't make sense. It's not how it works. I mean, yeah, see people typing in the chat. Or lightning EE. What is that? What is that? No, it's not fire. Stop saying it's fire. It's not fire. It's terrible. It's not dickheadery. Probably. Oh, it's so close to dickheadery. I'm gonna let OC off. He's had a hard time, and that NRG team are terrible. It's got to be said. They are really bad. I'm letting him off. Lin Vision. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Starries? What an actual sick signature that is. Might be the best. It's got a cloud, the moon, the stars. You can still make out the letter, but the S goes into the cloud and the moon's not. That's really good. That's fine. That's one of the best signatures in the fucking game right now. Makes sense as well as Starry Night. It's got strong thematic branding. That's brilliant. That is excellent work. Everyone else's is fine. That is a disgrace. Is it dickheadery though? Right, because it's like that is meant to be Z4KR, but there's like an O for no reason, another X down here, then a D. Yeah, but it's like, look. You can't just do... People are going, it's a crosshair. Yes, I fucking know what a crosshair is, right? But you can't just put the circle in the line when there's no O or anything you could turn into a crosshair. You cannot just attach a crosshair to the number 4 and say, that just goes there now. Like, if I was to show that to someone, you wouldn't think he was called Zaka. You'd think he was called Zokard. It's not a reference to the Zodiac Killer either, otherwise that'd be fine. I mean, it's just so jarring to like, hey, what are you doing for your starry? Oh, I'm going to like draw a nice little fluffy cloud and a moon. What are you doing? Just a bunch of shit. Oh, all right, so just shit that doesn't fucking fit anything. I mean, you can't really do anything with Zaka, like, so I'm sympathetic in that regard, but this is mental. It's just a grab bag of bollocks. Not only does it not make any sense, it also makes your name look like it's not your name. Like, the point of a signature is to be kind of like identifiable on some level. No, who's Zokard? And when did he play in the mate? Nah. This is bad. There has to be limits to bad. Bad is fine, but not when it's this bad. That is dickhead. That is so bad it qualifies as dickheadery. And I'm just so sad that that's happened because Starry has done such a good signature, and I wanted to give Lin Vision a dickhead-free seal of approval, but I can't. Zorte's is worse, but this is in line with Zorte. And we did say Zorte's was dickheadery, so. Right, Chingus Warriors. What's happened there? What is it? Is it a rope? Is it someone climbing down a rope? It could be also a Mongolian pictogram. I'm obviously a fucking peon. I don't speak multiple languages. Right, well, we can't insult Mongolian script, so fine. You're dickhead free for now. I mean, it doesn't help that this group of players just have the shittest player names probably combined of any team at the major. It's just absolute garbage. They are all their names are garbage. Xanta, Leah, Risky Bob. Like, oh my god, Risky Bob. Like, Risky Bob is like a fucking player that like bangs you out at like 4 a.m. on a pub server. He's not he can't be called that. Like fucking Risky Bob. Like, what a fucking shit name. Just a fucking. Send Risky Bobs. Nah, I'm not fucking with that at all, guys. That's like so embarrassing to be called Risky Bob. Like, obviously, you know, when you start on your pro player journey, a lot of players start with stupid names and then they switch them up, you know. But like, there had to be a moment where Risky Bob was like, you know, even if you were just called Risky, that's better, right? Make risky plays, do risky things. You're a little bit way, a little bit woo. But Risky Bob just fucking sounds shit. Xanta's signature as well, by the way, is like, it's like someone that's never held a pen before has been asked not to sign their name, but make their mark. just like that. That's just how he's done it. Can you sign your name, son? I can make my mark. It's appropriate, really, with it being in Austin, all the cowboy and western stuff. So that's bad, but it's bad is fine. Don't know what's going on there as well with however you say his name. I can never get it right. But there's no dickheadery here. So Vinny's done Morse code under his name. Why? Like, just why though? Why? Why Morse code? Morse code's not for the blind, you dickheads. It's not Braille. I don't know about that. This is fine. No ways is fine. Decently's fine. We need to have a talk about just people putting Jesus in their name. I didn't like it when Shocks did it, by the way. I was never a big proponent of Shocksy Jesus. I don't think Jesus cares about your esports life. And it's like, listen, you know, maybe we just... Look, you believe in whatever religion you believe in, and you've all got figures in that religion that you want to venerate. That's all fine. It's all fine. But, yeah, maybe, you know, you start putting other names in. Yeah, it's going to cause problems, isn't it? So maybe we should just give Jesus a rest from esports. That's all I'm saying. But it's all fine. I am going to declare Vinny a dickhead for the Morse code. Yeah, I am. That seems to be pretentious with no sense of direction. Not unless the inventor of Morse code was called Vinny. Then that would be kind of cool. Just fact check that, just in case he has done me there with... He's done me with facts and logic like Ben Shapiro. Like, could have been Vinny Morse, you don't know. Samuel, of course. Samuel Morse. Let me just type in Morse code Vinny. See if there's any famous Vinnies with Morse code. No, absolutely nothing. So, right. Fluxo. Well, this is fine. I actually like that. It's fine. Like that. It's fine. These are good. That's right. This is fine. What's happened there? What is that? Whose name is it? I don't even know. Minging? I don't think it is. Don't think it's that. It's Mizin. MLH Zin. I mean, so, right. He's got a name you can't even fucking pronounce on a good day. And then he's done this with the signature. Right? So that's an M. Is that meant to look like a mountain? Or a cat? Is it cat ears? Batman? Right, well, you're immediately... Cat ears is dickhead no matter what. Even if your name was cat ears, if you drew cat ears on your signature, you're an instant dickhead. That's how that works. Again, I don't make the rules. So he's done cat ears, tick, LHGZI. Nah, this is garbage. This is dickheadery. This is just dickheadery. I didn't give Icy a dickhead for his cat ears because they weren't cat ears. Those, like, they've even done the little bit inside you clean with the fucking Q-tip. There's no G in his name, I know. Well, what's that then? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just a mess. Like, you haven't even, like, put it this way. If the assignment was, Write your own name. You have failed that. Write your own name. Nah, I'm good, fam. So, dickhead. This is all fine. Right, and by the way, just to show Australians it can be done, Plopski is called Plopski. Every day he signs his name, he must have to wake up and fight the urge to make one of the letters an arsehole with a turd coming out. Right? He must have to fight the urge every single fucking time. Like, it would be so funny. But he doesn't do it. He draws a smiley face instead. See what I mean? You don't, just because it's in your name, you don't have to draw it, Dick Stacey. Turns out you can stop the plop. But this is all fine. Met this port. Dickhead free. And this is the last one. It's OG. You know what? It's dickhead free. I can fuck with this. Everyone else's signatures, we're tunneling in on spook or spooky. By the way, how do you pronounce it? But regardless, he hasn't just drawn a ghost, has he? That's a Pac-Man ghost. I recognise my Pac-Man ghost. That's a reference to gaming. This is a gaming tournament. I'm going to say that's good. It's not starry good, but that's a good signature. You've actually got the letters in for the eyes. You didn't just draw a crosshair for no reason. No, this isn't just dickhead free. That's a good signature. Now, we've had an update courtesy of Anazet in the chat. Anazet has said, by the way, Manunet Jez, I can't pronounce his name, I hate his name, likely wrote 73 on his sticker because he's good friends with Donk, and Donk wrote 73 on his Copenhagen sticker after his 72.8% opening success rate in Katowice. Right. That makes him the biggest dickhead of all, if that's true. So, I'm friends with someone that achieved something else, so I'm going to incorporate their achievement into my signature when it is something I did not achieve. That is mental. That can't be real, Anazet. That can't be real. That cannot be real. I just can't believe it. That would make him the ultimate dickhead. That would make him an Elden Ring boss level dickhead. We can wrap that up now. That is the sticker review. It's got to be said, overall, I thought the dickhead levels were pretty low. Nobody went full dickhead. The sticker designs are nice. There's something a bit different. There was no Dick Stacey levels. No one like Shroud trying to pretend they drew a penis when they didn't, but because they wanted to sound cool. There was none of that. Check Flames' sticker again. Why? Flames ran out of space. What the fuck? Let's have a look. That's actually funny. All right, fair. We have to include this in sticker review. Flames just ran out of room. Also, the gold on gold, you can't even fucking see it. So he just fucked it up. Well, my bad. It's like, look how tiny the fucking E is. It's brilliant. That's funny, though. That's like one of those where it's like, that's just funny. So anyway, that is now officially the sticker review. Dickheadery, pretty low overall. Definitely some people went a bit too far with this one. Spirit will be undefeated as the most unlikable, wretched team in Counter-Strike right now in almost everything they do. But ultimately, you know, I gotta say, pretty happy overall with the stickers.